Welcome to our deep dive, and today we're going to be exploring entrepreneurship
Oh, very cool.
and looking at the realities of, being your own boss.
Okay.
So we'll be talking about the advantages and the pitfalls of kind of going down that path.
Right.
You can almost think of this deep dive like a guide to help you navigate all the, complexities of starting a business
Right.
and growing it.
It's true. The image of the entrepreneur is often, it's glamorized.
Yeah.
There's a lot of freedom
Yeah.
and, big rewards,
Financial reward.
financial rewards,
Mm.
but there's a lot more to it.
Right.
There's a lot of challenges as well.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you consider all of that before you jump in.
Right. So let's kind of break it down. And maybe we can start with what are some of the things that draw people to the entrepreneurial world?
Well, it's that independence,
Yeah.
that autonomy that you don't often get in a traditional job.
Right.
Entrepreneurs get to be their own boss. They set their own hours.
You're calling the shots.
Yeah, you're shaping your own destiny.
So it's kind of like, charting your own course instead of sailing on somebody else's ship.
Exactly.
But it's not just about freedom, right? I mean, there's the potential to really build some wealth.
Right. Unlike a fixed salary, entrepreneurs,
Right.
their efforts are directly tied to how much money they can make.
Their earnings. Yeah.
And the upside can be huge,
Huge.
especially if you're tapping into like a real need
Yeah.
in the market.
Yeah.
You look at somebody like
Yeah. Give us an example.
insert real world example of a successful entrepreneur who started small.
Right.
They started with a really simple idea
Yeah.
and they turned it into a multi-million-dollar business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those stories are very inspiring.
They are.
Yeah. But I mean, beyond the money, I
Right.
imagine there's a real sense of satisfaction that you get from, building something from the ground up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a constant learning curve. You're always learning.
Right.
And you have to become kind of a jack of all trades,
Yeah.
at least initially.
So you're wearing a lot of hats.
You're wearing a lot of hats.
Yeah.
You might be the CEO and the marketer and the salesperson.
Doing it all.
You're doing it all.
Yeah.
And you're figuring it out as you go.
Yeah. And, speaking of learning on the fly, I remember when I, insert personal anecdote about a skill you had to learn quickly to overcome a challenge.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a real crash course, but it made me so much more resourceful,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, and that adaptability is key.
Yeah.
You got to be able to, the things are changing constantly.
Right.
You got to adjust, maybe pivot your business model
Mhm.
or, new opportunities pop up. You got to jump on those.
Right.
And, we've seen that companies that have embraced change, during times of crisis,
Yeah.
they haven't just survived, they've thrived.
Right. So it's like you're not just weathering the storm, you're actually like harnessing its energy. Right. There's also something really compelling about building a business around something you really believe in, like your value.
Right. That's a key point.
Yeah.
You've got the power to build a company
Yeah.
that aligns with, your ethics and your beliefs.
Totally.
You don't have to answer to anybody who doesn't share that vision.
Yeah. So, someone who's really passionate about sustainability could build their company around, eco-friendly practices.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's empowering to think that, you can create a business that not only achieves success, but also has like a positive impact.
Right. That's where the magic is.
Mm-hmm.
You can pursue your own goals,
Yeah.
but also make a difference.
Make a difference. Yeah.
But of course, we need to balance that with the potential downsides.
Right. Let's talk about some of the challenges that entrepreneurs need to be prepared for.
Well, the biggest one, especially at the beginning, is financial instability.
Oh, yeah.
There's no guaranteed paycheck.
It's scary.
Yeah. It's common for entrepreneurs to, invest their own savings, take out loans,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a real possibility
You might not see a return right away.
you may not see a return
Yeah.
for quite a while.
So it's definitely high stakes.
It is.
It takes a certain personality type to kind of, be comfortable with that.
Right. And it's not just the initial investment, it's managing cash flow.
Oh, yeah.
You might have outstanding invoices
Right.
or unexpected expenses pop up,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe there's seasonal dips in your sales.
No, so even if the revenue is coming in, you need to be smart about how you're managing it.
Exactly. It's like walking a financial tightrope.
Oh, wow.
You're constantly adjusting,
Right.
trying to keep your balance.
Wow. So what other challenges do entrepreneurs typically face?
Well, the workload
Yeah.
and the weight of the responsibility.
It's all on your shoulders.
It's all on you.
Yeah.
And, you're juggling multiple roles all the time.
Right.
Putting out fires,
Yeah.
making sure everything runs smoothly.
So it can be overwhelming.
It can be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like constantly spinning plates,
Yeah.
trying to keep everything from crashing down.
exactly. And that constant pressure,
The fear of failure.
the fear of failure,
Yeah.
proving yourself,
Yeah.
it can really take a toll,
Yeah.
on you mentally and emotionally,
Your well-being.
your well-being.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon for entrepreneurs to struggle with stress and anxiety and even burnout.
It sounds like it takes a certain resilience,
It does.
to really thrive in that environment.
It does. And another challenge that people don't talk about very much is isolation.
Oh, you're kind of on your own.
Yeah, when you're working for yourself, you don't have
Right.
that built-in support
Couple
system.
of colleagues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's easy to feel alone, especially when you're facing setbacks.
I know from experience that it's really important to connect with other people,
Yes,
to kind of build a support network
absolutely.
when you're on this path.
Yeah. Isolation can really drain your motivation and your creativity.
Right.
So yeah, it's crucial to, stay connected and remember that you're not alone in this.
Right. So we've looked at the sunny side and the shadow side of
Right.
entrepreneurship. It seems like a path with incredible rewards,
Yeah.
but it also demands a lot.
It does.
Resilience, resourcefulness, a willingness to embrace uncertainty.
Yeah, it's a complex equation.
It is.
There's no one-size-fits-all answer
Right.
about whether this is right for everybody.
But understanding both the potential and the pitfalls, I think, is really essential
Yeah.
to making an informed decision.
Absolutely.
So what are some of the key ingredients to be successful in this world?
Well, let's dive into that next.
Okay, awesome.
So we talked about, all the allure of entrepreneurship and
Yeah.
the challenges that come with it.
Right.
But let's talk about what separates,
Yeah.
the ventures that really thrive
Mhm.
and the ones that sadly, fizzle out.
All right, give me the secrets to success.
Well, there's no magic formula.
Right.
But one thing that's really crucial is a solid business plan.
Okay.
It's like your roadmap. It's your blueprint for success.
Yep.
A well-crafted plan is going to outline your goals, your target market, revenue projections,
Mhm.
and most importantly, how you're going to achieve profitability.
So it's not just like a formality, it's
Right.
actually like a living document
It is.
that guides you.
It helps you stay focused.
Okay.
It helps you attract investors.
Right.
And it helps you make those strategic choices along the way.
So there are resources out there to help you create one.
Oh, yeah.
Like, where would you even start?
Well, the Small Business Administration,
Okay.
they offer templates and guides
Cool.
and even mentorship programs.
Oh, mentorship. That's a great point. I mean, having someone who's been there, done that
Right.
is invaluable.
It can be invaluable. Yeah. They can provide guidance,
Yeah.
share their experiences,
Yeah.
help you navigate, all those bumps in the road that are going to come up.
Like a seasoned guide in the entrepreneurial wilderness.
Exactly.
So, what else is essential?
Well, a deep understanding of your target market.
Oh, okay.
You need to identify, a problem that your product or service is solving
Right.
for a specific group of people.
Right.
The more you know about, your ideal customer,
Their needs,
their needs,
for pain points.
your pain points, the better you can tailor
What you're offering.
what you're offering, and your marketing.
Right. So you got to find that sweet spot.
Yeah.
The perfect alignment between what you're bringing to the table and what people actually want.
Exactly. And once you've done that, then you need to figure out how to reach those customers.
Okay. So how do you do that?
That's where marketing and sales come in.
Okay.
And in today's digital landscape,
Yeah.
there are so many options.
It's overwhelming.
It can be.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got social media, content marketing,
Yeah.
email campaigns, online advertising.
It's a jungle out there.
It is. It can be tough to cut through the noise.
Right. So how do you make sure that your message is being heard?
Well, you need a strategic approach.
Okay.
You got to understand where your target audience is hanging out online,
Right.
and then you tailor your content to them.
Okay.
And remember, it's not just about pushing sales.
Mm.
It's about building relationships,
Right.
building trust with your audience.
Like you're a storyteller
Exactly.
and you're trying to captivate people,
Right.
bring them into your world.
And those relationships are gold.
Yeah, because those happy customers
Yeah.
become your biggest advocates.
Word of mouth,
Yeah, word of mouth is so powerful.
very powerful.
Okay, so we've talked about the plan.
Right.
We've talked about reaching your audience.
Right.
Now we have to talk about the dreaded
Wait, finances.
Yeah, the money talk.
It's unavoidable, though.
Yeah.
If you want to build a sustainable business,
It's the foundation.
you need to manage your finances effectively,
Right.
especially in the early days.
Yeah, when every dollar counts.
Every dollar counts, yeah.
Uh.
So you got to track income and expenses,
Mm-hmm.
create realistic budgets,
Right.
and most importantly, understand how to manage cash flow.
That seems to be coming up a lot.
It is.
Cash flow.
It's like juggling.
Right.
You're keeping all those financial balls in the air.
So what are some of the pitfalls that people fall into?
Good poor cash flow management is a big one.
Okay.
Even if you're bringing in revenue,
Yeah.
you got to be mindful of outstanding invoices,
Right.
unexpected expenses,
Mm-hmm.
seasonal fluctuations.
So you're like a financial weather forecaster.
Exactly.
You're looking ahead,
Right.
trying to anticipate those storms.
Got to be prepared.
Be prepared. Okay. What about seeking outside funding?
Right.
When does that come into play?
Well, as your business grows,
Yeah.
you might need additional capital
Right.
to expand your operations, maybe hire more staff, launch new products.
Right.
And this could involve seeking loans, attracting investors,
Mm-hmm.
or even exploring crowdfunding options.
So it's like leveling up
Yeah,
in the entrepreneurial game.
it is, but securing that funding isn't always easy.
No, I imagine not. What do you have to do?
You need a compelling pitch,
Okay.
a solid track record,
Mm-hmm.
and a clear vision for the future.
So investors are going to want to see that you're solving a real problem,
Absolutely.
that your business model is actually viable,
Mhm.
and that you're the right team
Yeah,
to execute the plan.
right. It's like you're auditioning
Yeah.
for the Entrepreneurial Hall of Fame.
Yeah. But even with the best preparation, there are going to be bumps in the road, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Challenges are inevitable.
So how do you deal with that?
But that's where resilience comes in,
Yeah.
adaptability,
Mm-hmm.
and having a strong support network.
Right. Surround yourself with good people.
Yes, people who believe in your vision
Yeah.
and can offer you guidance and encouragement when you need it.
Like having a pit crew that's ready to kind of help you through those unexpected detours.
Right.
But amidst all those challenges, there's also the potential for innovation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's one of the most thrilling aspects of entrepreneurship.
It is.
The ability to, disrupt industries,
Right.
challenge the status quo,
Yeah.
bring groundbreaking ideas to life.
It's like exploring uncharted territory,
Yeah.
pushing boundaries and maybe discovering some hidden treasure.
And in today's rapidly changing world,
Right.
innovation is more crucial than ever.
Totally.
I mean, technology is advancing so quickly.
Yeah.
Consumer behavior is constantly shifting.
Yeah, it's a dynamic landscape for sure.
It is, but those who embrace change
Yeah.
and are willing to experiment
Right.
and learn from their mistakes, those are the ones that are going to thrive.
It's like being a chameleon,
Yeah.
blending into that ever-changing landscape.
Right.
And innovation doesn't always have to be about, creating something entirely new.
No, not at all. It can involve improving existing products or processes.
Right.
Sometimes those small tweaks
Yeah.
can make a big difference.
Huge difference.
Right.
So for those of you out there who are dreaming of starting a business,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to challenge conventional wisdom.
Mhm.
Think outside the box
Yeah.
and pursue your passions
Absolutely.
with relentless determination.
The world needs your creativity,
Yeah.
your ingenuity, and your willingness to make a difference.
Make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
it's rarely a solo mission.
That's right.
Right? As your business grows, you're going to need a team
You will?
to share the load and help you achieve those goals.
Absolutely. Finding the right people is essential.
Yeah, it's like building your team of superheroes,
It is.
each with their own unique strengths.
You need people who are not only skilled,
Right.
but they're also passionate about your mission
Yeah.
and aligned with your company culture.
So it's more than just hiring the right people. It's really about creating a culture.
Right. A culture of trust,
Okay.
respect, and collaboration.
Where everyone feels valued,
Yes.
empowered,
Mm-hmm.
inspired to do their best work.
When you have a team that's firing on all cylinders,
It's amazing.
it's amazing what you can achieve.
It's like a well-oiled machine,
Yeah.
just humming along.
Smoothly and efficiently.
And as your business scales,
Right.
you're going to need to, develop strong leadership skills
Yeah, you will.
to guide and inspire your team.
It's not enough to just be a visionary.
Right,
You need to be a conductor,
right.
leading an orchestra of talent.
So speaking of the future, what are some of the trends that are kind of shaping the entrepreneurial landscape?
Well, the world is changing so rapidly.
Yeah.
And the business world is no exception.
No.
You know, technology is transforming industries.
Right.
Consumer behavior is evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Globalization is creating, new markets and new challenges.
It's a constantly shifting maze.
It is.
With lots of twists and turns.
But there are exciting opportunities
Yeah.
for entrepreneurs who are willing to embrace that change.
Right, and adapt quickly.
And quickly, yes.
So it's like riding the wave of innovation.
Exactly.
Anticipating those trends, being ahead of the curve.
Right. Well, one major trend that's shaping the future is the rise of the digital economy.
Oh, yeah. The internet has opened up a whole new world.
It has e-commerce is booming.
Yeah.
Online marketplaces are connecting
Buyers and sellers.
globally.
Yeah.
And social media is playing a huge role
Huge, yeah.
in marketing and customer engagement.
But it's also increased competition.
It has.
Right? Yeah.
So to succeed in this digital economy,
yeah.
entrepreneurs need a strong online presence.
Okay.
They need to understand digital marketing strategies.
All right.
And they need to be able to adapt
Yeah.
to the ever-changing technological landscape.
It's like a game of digital chess.
It is.
You're trying to anticipate your opponent's next move.
That's right. So what other technological advancements are impacting entrepreneurs?
Well, we're seeing, things like artificial intelligence emerging,
Yes.
blockchain,
Right.
the Internet of Things.
The Internet of Things.
These technologies have the potential to really disrupt industries.
They do.
Right?
Yeah. Create new markets. Transform the way we live and work.
It's mind-boggling to think about the possibilities.
It is.
But it also raises questions about the ethical implications.
It does.
It does.
As entrepreneurs, we have a responsibility
Yeah.
to use these powerful technologies wisely
Right.
and make sure they benefit society as a whole.
Right. So it's about striking that balance between innovation
Right.
and social responsibility.
Exactly what other trends should entrepreneurs be paying attention to?
Well, sustainability is a big one.
It is.
Right? Consumers are much more aware
Yes.
of the environmental and social impact
Of their choices?
of their choices. Yeah. And they're demanding that businesses operate in a more ethical and sustainable manner.
It's not just about profits anymore.
Right.
It's about purpose.
Purpose. Yeah. So entrepreneurs who prioritize sustainability,
Right.
they're not only doing the right thing,
Yeah.
but they're also tapping into
A growing market
a growing market.
of conscious consumers.
Right. So it's a win-win.
It is.
But what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, it can involve reducing your environmental footprint,
Okay.
sourcing materials ethically,
Mm-hmm.
supporting fair labor practices,
Right.
giving back to the community.
So you're building a business that's good for the planet,
Right.
good for people,
And good for your bottom line.
and good for your bottom line. It's about leaving a positive legacy
It is.
for future generations.
Right. Are there any other trends that you're excited about?
Well, I'm really inspired by the rise of social entrepreneurship.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where businesses are being used as a force for good
Right.
to tackle, social or environmental problems.
So it's like a beautiful blend of purpose and profit.
We're seeing more and more social enterprises emerging.
Yeah. What kind of issues are they addressing?
Well, things like poverty,
Okay.
inequality,
Mhm.
climate change,
Right.
access to education.
So they're using their skills and resources to make a real difference.
They are, and it's not just about doing good.
Right.
It's about creating sustainable solutions
Right.
that benefit both the business and the community.
Right. So as we kind of move into the final part of our deep dive,
Right.
what are some of the key takeaways that you want our listeners to walk away with?
Okay, so we've talked about, the challenges, the trends, all the things that go into building a business.
Right. We've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to give our listeners some practical resources,
Yeah, tools.
that they can use.
Yeah, because it can feel really overwhelming
It can.
to know where to start
Yeah.
when there's so much information out there.
Yeah. Well, one great starting point is your local small business development center.
Okay, SBDC. SBDC. Yeah, they offer free counseling,
Wow, free.
free
Yeah.
training programs, access to resources.
And it's tailored specifically for small business owners.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're like a hidden gem.
It is like having a personal coach in your corner.
Exactly.
What other resources would you recommend?
Well, networking is really valuable.
Networking. Yeah.
Connecting with other entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Sharing experiences.
Right.
Building a supportive community
Yeah.
can make all the difference.
Make a huge difference.
It can. And there are, networking events, online
Yeah.
forums, industry associations.
So many ways to connect.
So many ways to connect, yeah.
So it's like joining a tribe
It is.
of fellow adventurers.
Yeah, all on a similar quest.
Are there any books or podcasts that you'd recommend?
Oh, yeah. Well, for those who like to read, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries,
Mm.
it's a classic. It
Okay.
really revolutionized how entrepreneurs, approach building and launching products.
Oh,
He emphasizes experimentation, customer feedback, and iterative development.
so you're building something that really resonates with your audience?
Exactly.
What about podcasts?
Well, if you prefer to listen, I highly recommend How I Built This with Guy Raz.
Oh, I've heard of that one, yeah.
Yeah, he interviews successful entrepreneurs,
Oh, cool.
and they share their stories, their challenges, the lessons they learned along the way.
So it's like getting a behind-the-scenes look
It is.
at what it really takes.
Yeah, at the roller coaster ride of building a business.
Okay. And are there any like online resources?
Oh, yeah. The Small Business Administration's website,
SBA.
SBA. Yeah, it's a goldmine.
Oh, wow.
They have business plan templates, funding options, legal guidance,
All designed to help small businesses.
all designed to help small businesses.
That's awesome.
It's a treasure trove of information.
So this is really just the beginning
It
of the
is.
journey.
Yeah.
The world of entrepreneurship is constantly evolving.
Constantly changing.
Always more to learn.
Yes. Embrace the challenges.
Yeah.
Celebrate the victories.
Yeah.
And never stop being curious.
The world needs your talents.
It does.
And the solutions that you bring to the table.
It does so. Go forth and build your dreams.
I love that.
Until next time, happy entrepreneuring.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.